say, man, tonight's show was a man, and I had to break out the hookah on it, man. But
this is my man OG. Finally, we got my man OG in the studio. How you doing, OG? Talk to me.
Most Jeff. I'm happy. I'm happy to be here, man. I just want to say, it's a live show tonight, and man, it's so much stuff going on right now in the sport of boxing. I wanted to touch on, and you really hitting nail on the head again as usual, sir. Accolades to you and your platform because you tearing it up in here. But I want to say something, man. These franchise belts, these ducks, these political movements and these cheaters in the sport right now, and how the WBC and these fighters are overlooking everything that's going is really turning away, the prime money from this sport. And it's really turning away the heart of this sport and the people who, are real diehard boxing fans who are going to put the blood, sweat, and energy into keeping this sport moving in a prodigious fashion toward the future. So the way I'm looking at it right now is, like I wrote in the comments a while back, if anything, what they're trying to cause is separation and division within the sport, because genetically, some of these cats can't compete on the same level. So you got a guy like a Devin Haney, for instance, who is a very versatile fighter, who, comes from, a background of some of the greatest fighters who's ever lived. His dad, Bill, has had him in the sport since he was a pup, very much like Floyd came up. So the boy is a born boxer, boxing brain, high boxing IQ, and when he gets in there, he performs his behind off. And why isn't Lomachenko calling the Devin Haney out? Devin Haney is, screaming Lomachenko's name. He wants to deflect the Tank. Right. And I know Styles make fights. So he wants to go to Tank because he understands that Tank is an in-pocket fighter. And Lomachenko knows that he works the outside. So he's like, I can control him with my jab. And that's his mindset. And, that'll be a better fight for me. But I can't mess with a Haney because a Haney knows how to go in and out. He knows how to use his jab. He knows how to work the pocket. On top of that, he knows how to make adjustments. So I don't want to mess with a guy with a high boxing IQ like a Devin Haney, but I'll settle with a Tank just to prove a point. Right. And sit down somewhere with that bull crap. Right. Then we got Lopez getting this franchise champion, French Fries championship belt, on top of Canelo getting this French Fries championship belt. And they're just throwing out all these just arbitrary, crazy, just, no-name belts out to all these different people in this sport that haven't earned it, haven't done anything to say, you know what, Charlo, 160, right? Charlo's got this 160 belt. If Canelo has some balls on it, some cojones, as you say, he'd want to unify the title for his legacy. He's making the Mexican people look bad right now. So the first thing that he want to do, knowing that he only has a few fights, 7 fights left in this DAZN contract, is not fight a Yildirim, is not fight a Spilding, is not fight John Ryder. He would go for Andrade, and he would also go for Charlo to submit his legacy, unify these titles, put them together, and say, I was the best to ever do it. You don't have the balls, you don't have the heart, but let's give him a French Fry. Let's give him a French Fries championship belt. And
he requested. He requested.
Supposedly, right? So what they're doing, if anything, is really polarizing the sport. And they're playing a race play. I understand it's money at the end of the day, and that's how it originally got started, is with the mob. Guys like Maya Lansky and these cats in Las Vegas, and you put one side against the other or one so-called race against the other race, and people would put their money up to see who would win. I understand that side of the game. But the problem is that when you start putting lives at stake, like with the Deontay Wilder versus the Tyson Fury fight, when you start allowing people to come in the ring and hit with bare knuckles and cause serious injuries to some of the greatest fighters that's ever lived, you're destroying your own sport. So they're destroying our sport from the inside, trying to polarize and politicize it, but not giving the sport the strength and everything it needs to keep moving forward, like I said, in a prodigious fashion to where it can sustain for years and years to come. They're destroying our sport. I'm hating this Yildirim crap. I'm hating these franchise belts. I don't see how Lopez got a franchise belt. I don't understand why Lomachenko is not calling out Devin Haney.
You made so many great points, man. But I got to emphasize on this one right here, because I think yesterday I dropped a video on the WBC, or the day before, where I exposed the WBC when it came to the French fries title. Now, Errol Spence tweeted, he said, too many boxers calling themselves world champions. We have pretty much too many world titles. That's what he means. We have to tighten up all these titles. Laughing emojis. So even Errol Spence is putting light on it, because now the WBC, like you said, you know, they pretty much acting like the prostitutes of boxing. They told me, oh, that's not professional, Akhi, you know, but I'm going to call a spade, because, see, a prostitute is someone that's going to show you love because of money. It ain't about you spitting game or none of that. If you pull out some money, they're going to show you love, right? So with Canelo Alvarez, for example, remember, Canelo Alvarez, he actually disrespected the WBC. He threw it to the trash when they told him to fight Gennady Golovkin the first time. And he went elsewhere after he beat Cotto. So after that, the WBC tried to do whatever to get on his good side. They defended him for cheating in the Gennady Golovkin rematch. They now, every time he given them money, he requested a French fries belt. According to the WBC president, Suleiman, it was Canelo who requested it. He paid money for it. He purchased the belt. And guess what the WBC did? They granted to him. They gave it to him. So that's exactly what a prostitute does. You know, it don't matter what you do to the prostitute. If you throw money on her, she's going to show you love, right? So that's what the WBC is doing. They acting like the prostitute of boxing. So at the end of the day, or at least the night, something has to be done, because we cannot have more than, like, we trying to clean it to one face, one name in every division. That's what Deontay Wilder always preaches. One face, one name. And I think that's what the PBC is trying to do, is establish a PBC belt under the PBC franchise, which is, it might save the sport of boxing. But for the meantime, the WBC, right? Now they have an interim title, a diamond title. I don't even know what that is, right? And they have the regular title, the WBC, and then they have now the French fries title, where you cannot win it nor lose it. But some way, somehow, if you got the complexion for the protection, you need the complexion for the connection to get the franchise title. Even to purchase it, you have to have the complexion for the connection. Now, Lopez, they said if he beats Lomachenko, then he a French fries title champion. So even though the title is not a championship, nor a title, nor a belt, according to the president. So now, essentially, we're going to have two franchise champion per division, or French fries champion. Let me call it what it is, per division. Now, let's say Devin Haney fights Lopez, the winner. And let's say Devin Haney beats Lopez. Does that mean we're going to have a third franchise champion? Because the franchise champion cannot win nor defend the title. So, in other words, nobody going to fight for your title. So you're going to keep it to the end of your career. It's like a trophy. So we're going to have simultaneously 3 champions per division, franchise champion. So, I mean, that's destroying the sport when we're trying to clean the sport to have one face per division.
And this is a lot of it at the end of the day is, you know, these guys, like I said, you know, some of these individuals will not be able to compete at the level of a Devin Haney once he gets into his prime, or a Shakur Stevenson, who is an amazing boxer once they get into their prime. So right now, what they're trying to do more than anything is cement their legacies as being something within the sport, to say that they were there and they did do something. Because once these guys, like a Shakur Stevenson, like a Devin Haney, start to walk into, you know, their pretty boy days, man, it's over for the rest of these cats.
It's over.
It's over for the rest of these cats.
And that's why they made the WBC belt, which is the witness protection belt, the French fries belt, right? The WBC stand for We Beat Cheating, the World Boxing Corruption Organization. That's what it stands for. You know what I mean? So they told, you know, Charlo and Devin Haney, they can't be franchised when they were trying to fight Canelo and Lomachenko. But Lopez could be franchised. So it's so much contradiction, so much hypocrisy, and so many lies and deceit by the WBC. That's why something has to be done. And Suleiman is destroying his own brand with his own hand. But I got to get your thoughts on this topic. Now, David Benavidez, he reacted to the WBC or in the Canelo Alvarez versus, you already know how Akhi comes. I come with the decaf's kryptonite. The truth. So that's why they're afraid to call in. But as soon as the live is over, they in the comment section making excuses. But these same guys will be watching me live, but won't call in. So
you don't know
for the people that don't know shit about boxing, you quit ducking and call in. That's all I got to say. Split Decision episode 50 is over with. Subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about it. And if you're trying to get dumb about it, second, don't listen to these decasts. The dumb, casual ass fans that don't know shit about boxing. Word to Roger Mayweather, may he rest in peace. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to get notified every time I post on Split Decision. Split Decision is a boxing debate / talk show mixed, master, engineered, produced by yours truly, Akhi, the past, present, and future pound for pound. When it comes to debating, I got these decaf shook. They scared to look when Akhi's on TV. Quit treating Akhi like the Iron Mike of debating, the most feared. All these decafs, as soon as the live is over, they in the comment section being keyboard warriors. And the whole time I was on live, all these decafs had no cojones. They were scared to call in. Akhi got him shook. They scared to look every time Aki's on TV, but anybody can get it. To H Money, T-Tone, and all the above. If I had a lower IQ, I could have enjoyed y'all debates, but I got a higher IQ. So if any of you decafs / YouTube trolls / old media, if any of you dream about putting an L on my record, you better wake up and apologize on Split Decision Live. My man OG Swag, he says 700 and RJ, my man said 4,000 and You already know. I mean, I'm knocking out every single decaf like more than once. Every single decaf, I'm giving them all these rematches, knocking them out with every topic they got in mind. Professor Stevie Wonder, I done knocked them out on Split Decision till the man quit. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Like I said, you got to have credibility to be on my record. But I gave the decafs the opportunity to, since nobody got the cojones to debate Akhi, I come with facts because facts trump opinion. When the truth is spoken, the other side is nothing but a lie. Like I said, OG, you already know what time it is. With that being stated, I'm going to go ahead and take you all out.
Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.